Welcome back. We focus now on a Massachusetts company named Hamilton Thorne. They produce very small lasers and they are experiencing very big growth. Revenues last year grew by an impressive 29%. And with me tonight is the CEO, Meg Spencer. Hi, Meg.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. So you make and fill this very specific but growing part of the laser industry. How small are the lasers and what do you do with them? What are they used for?
Well, that's a laser. It's the only laser that's ever been built directly inside a microscope objective. And
when you say microscope objective, that means it's built inside a microscope.
A microscope objective. Remember, a microscope may have, you might call them lenses. We call them objectives, and this is an objective with a laser built right inside it.
So now, what would something like that be used for?
Well, we use it in the stem cell world, and we have some of the most exciting customers in research today. We sell to researchers in about 55 countries, a lot in Massachusetts, but they use them for all sorts of microsurgical procedures. In other words, this can be as delicate as cutting the nucleus out of a cell, allowing them to put a new one in and the cell is undamaged, or it can be like the Terminator and get rid of almost explosively all the cells you don't want.
So when we say a small laser beam, how small is the laser beam? Is there any way to measure that, or can you tell us about that or quantify it in any way?
I don't know if microns mean much to you, but the laser itself is about 2 to 3 microns in diameter. It's tiny.
So knowing the kind of research that and work that these are used for, it must be gratifying to you.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's the most incredible field, stem cells. And people have very wrong impressions. They think, oh, it's all embryos. It isn't. We can take, or our customers can take skin from the back of your hand and turn them into heart cells that could help repair a damaged heart. They can take cells out of cord blood, lots and lots of babies. You save the cord blood when the baby is born in hope of future treatments. So stem cells come from many different places, many of them artificially made. So there are a lot of misconceptions about the field.
Now, from a business perspective, I know that your stock is traded on the Toronto Exchange. So why are you doing business outside of Canada? That's interesting. Not many people, or outside the United States, not many people do that, I think.
We wanted a very reputable exchange, and we weren't very fond of Sarbanes-Oxley, which tends to cost you about $1 million a year. So we went to Toronto. They're very reasonable people to deal with. It's an incredibly clean exchange. I mean, heaven help you if you ever were associated with a bankruptcy. You have to answer questions practically about your grandmother.
And so this works for you then, obviously.
It works for us, and they're good people, very reasonable, and if you suggest something they don't want you to do, you know they mean it.
All right, now you do business in Massachusetts. You're based in Beverly, Massachusetts.
Correct.
And obviously Massachusetts is a great place to do business for the kinds of things that you produce. Why do you stay here? I mean, what are the reasons?
Oh, Massachusetts is a fantastic research center. We can get anything done we want in Massachusetts, from parts to subcontracting. Really, the only thing we don't have made in Massachusetts is the lenses themselves that go inside this this laser and objective. It's a magical place to be. It's the version of Silicon Valley in Massachusetts.
Well, you're obviously very passionate about this, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And good luck with your business. Meg Spencer, CEO of Hamilton Thorne in Beverly, Massachusetts.
Thank you very much.